Hi everyone, this is the Square Autistic speaking. So I'm not going to script this time. I do have topics that I have written down to talk about, but I want to try not to script. Today is kind of an off day for me because I didn't sleep very well last night. The house makes noises sometimes, and we have had a rat problem in the house. It was like that before we moved in, and unfortunately no one either, well, I don't want to say no one told us, but it was not known that there was a rat problem, and it caused us a lot of trouble and time and energy and effort to try to deal with this rat problem when we first moved into this house, because the previous tenants did not take very good care of it. Recently, well, we got rid of the rats for a while, and then suddenly we got like this singled rat, and so we had to deal with the pest control again, and our landlord is not the best about communication or getting back to us, so you know, we have to handle those expenses on our own, which is annoying and frustrating. Especially, we do everything that we can to like keep the house clean. We're not dirty people, you know. So yeah, I woke up from a noise that happened. I don't think it was rats, but the house makes noises sometimes, and maybe it was just windy and the tree hit our house, because it does that sometimes. The branches hit our house. But yeah, I guess I don't know if I woke up wrong or what, but I do this thing where I say something to myself, or I explain it to another person, and then when I try to talk about it again, I have trouble saying what I said the first time. So I talked to my husband about it this morning after I made coffee, and I experienced sleep paralysis for the first time last night, around like, I think 3 o'clock in the morning. I've seen videos of people on YouTube talk about it, and I've seen people on Reddit, or I've read on Reddit where people talk about getting sleep paralysis and having this evil presence, or like a demon, like on top of them or in the room with them. And I never thought I would have to experience that sensation. But last night, I had an experience with sleep paralysis for the first time, and it was terrifying. It was like this distorted oval shape in our hallway, like peeking around the corner and just staring at me. And I go to speak, and I can't speak. Nothing comes out. It's like my mouth is glued shut. And then when I go to move, my body doesn't move. And I'm pushing so hard for my hand to move, and it's just not budging. It's like my hand was filled with cement, and I wasn't strong enough to move it. And I think what was scary for me is the fact that I knew it was sleep paralysis. Like, when it was happening to me, I was like, oh, this is that thing that I've seen people talk about. But what scared me was, well, it wasn't just like the feeling of terror, like nearby, this presence, but I didn't have any control over my body. And to me, that's the worst thing for me. I need to be in control of me and what I'm doing. And if I don't have control, that scares me. And to be paralyzed like that, and it just was not a good feeling. I woke up feeling really off today, like I'm not myself. I wouldn't say, I might be dissociating. I do have dissociation episodes. They're called derealization, dissociation, where it's like my surroundings is kind of like blurred, more like a fishbowl effect. Myself is behind my skull, and I'm looking through this glass bowl around me, and it doesn't feel real. I started having dissociation episodes after I got hit by a car. I don't want to talk about that right now, because I wanted to talk about some stuff, or try to talk without saying it's another thing I was talking to my husband about this morning, is I say a lot unintentionally, and I think it's because when I was younger and I tried to talk and I take long pauses because I'm trying to get the words out that I want to say, and people would just walk away because they thought I was done talking. So I learned that if I say that means the person that I'm talking to will think, oh, well, she's not done yet. I should stay here and listen. So I'm trying to not say and I noticed it today, and Wynn was telling me, that's the first step, is noticing that you do it, and when you do it, and it's a process. And when I try not to say it feels like I'm breaking myself. I was trying to not say by stopping my words and trying not to breathe, because I'm trying to not have that reflex of saying I used to have night terrors when I was younger. My mom would have to hold me down because I would be dreaming and having nightmares, and I would be screaming, and my body would be thrashing around. I would hurt myself in my sleep. I don't remember the dreams. I can't give an example, but I know that I have always had very vivid dreams that were like real to me. I still have dreams like that sometimes, and it's almost like, well, what is real and what is not, and especially if it's a nightmare, it can get pretty bad. Luckily, I have not had night terrors in a very long time, like over like a decade. I don't think I've had a night terror with knowing when. I would really not want to hurt him in my sleep like that. I'm not really sure what to talk about. I do have topics over there, but not scripting is really hard for me. It's my burger. First burger. I'm also trying out my lighting system. Patches is on my TV monitor. I use TVs as my monitors for my computer because it's just easier for me. I like it better. There is some stuff I want to talk about today on not scripting that I can't remember what I said I was wanting to talk about. Been doing really bad about keeping up with my water intake. My sister, she seems to be really taking it hard because she's like a nurse or something. I'm not really sure what exactly it is, but she takes care of people. Recently, I told her about how on my water thing where I don't get thirsty. I could go forever without drinking water just because I don't get thirsty. So having my water nearby to remind me to drink water helps. It seems like it used to help me more just having it around, but now it's like it's just there. I'm not actively trying to be proactive about it. So the reason why I told her about it recently is because I thought I was having like a bladder infection, and she was like, "Well, did you drink water?" And I said, "No, that's a good idea." And she was like, she didn't understand, and I went into it about not feeling thirsty. It's always been like this for me. So she kind of made it her mission to remind me, and she was like she was reminding me throughout the day, and it was helping. Like, I've never had someone remind me so much during a day that I was actually doing it and drinking water, and she did this with me for like a couple days, maybe 3 days or so. And then she stopped because she's been really busy, and I don't at all blame her. I didn't expect her to help me at all in the first place, but I'm glad that she did, even for a little bit, because now I know that that's a support I need, and I never knew that I needed that support until now. But now I feel like, now that I know that I need that support, no one's remembering to remind me. So, and I don't blame them. Like, I can't even remember to remind myself, let alone somebody else reminding me. And my husband, he has ADHD, and he can't remember to remind me either, because there's just so much going on in his brain. I don't blame him at all. I'm trying to be proactive about drinking, and I feel like I'm doing pretty good sometimes. And then when I go to the restroom, not to be TMI, but my pee's yellow. It's like really yellow, and I'm like, well, I thought I was drinking water, and then I really wasn't. And I went to go pick up my water bottle, and it's still kind of heavy. So like, I take little sips when I drink. So I just need to, every time I drink water, I need to take 5 sips like I was doing when my sister was reminding me. I talked about water for 5 minutes or so. This talking thing is exhausting. After I woke up today, I because of the sleep paralysis thing, which is weird because I fell asleep right after that. Like, after that happened, I was able to go back to sleep. And when I woke up, I was like shaking, and I still feel like I'm kind of shaking today. I'm not I've never had this experience before, so I don't know if it's normal. And I was trying to look it up online because when new stuff happens to me, this is what I do. I try to look up and see what other people's experiences are. I don't always do that, but I do try to do that. But if I don't know how to explain it, then I can't look it up. I'm not sure where I was going with that. Not feeling myself. So I was trying to watch this baking show that I found on Netflix. I think it's called 5-Star Chef. Super like chill. The first 2 episodes were like, cooking shows, reality cooking shows are very like toxic and they're very intense and drama. And I really hate that about shows. It makes it really hard to watch stuff because I can't handle tense stuff. Like, yeah, I can handle some tense stuff, but there's a degree, and like attitude. There's no point in people having attitudes, especially if they're like not called for. So the show was like really chill, and it had chill music. It didn't have any tense music. Like the judges, the main guy, I think he's a Michelin star chef, and he had owned it's some hotel, and it's like a 5-star hotel in London, and I really like his attitude because he's very real, and he's not bullshitting, it's like the way he acts on the camera, it's like the camera's not there, he's not like acting, it made it feel genuine, is the word I was looking for. And I really liked that. I liked that about the show. It's very different from, the normal reality cooking show on TV. And there was a person who was kind of negative on it, and then it started like going down from there. With not in terms of like it not me not wanting to watch it, but it wasn't as chill as it was. It started getting, because the big thing what he's given this restaurant away to one of these chefs, whoever wins, so it's gonna get stressful, is what I'm trying to say. And I knew that, but I liked how it was in the beginning. And I think there's down to 4 people now. I guess something I could talk about is religion. I've heard autistic people talk about religion. Either you are or you're not. Growing up, my mom was Pentecostal. I wasn't really around my dad. Not scripting is hard because I'm starting to get distracted. When I was younger, I was diagnosed with ADD, and I would get distracted a lot, and daydream a lot, and be in my own thoughts. And when I script, it helps me stay on topic. It's very important to me, because I won't do most of the time I won't do those long pauses. Growing up with mom, we went to church, and you have to wear those uncomfortable clothes going to church and having people touch you and talk to you, and you have to look at them in the eye, which I really don't. It's not comfortable for me. That's another reason why I don't like looking in the camera, because it looks like I'm staring in an eyeball. I don't like looking at my own eyeballs, let alone another person's. Looking at my own eyeballs is intense for me. I don't like looking in the mirror. I don't do that thing where people practice how they look in the mirror before they talk to people, because I don't like looking at my eyes. I do like how they look, but I don't like looking at them. It makes me feel, it's too intense for me. But staring at someone on like a camera, like on a screen, it doesn't really bother me, but in person it does. I don't know how to explain it. I keep moving away from the subject of religion. After my mom died, it was like I didn't have to participate in religion anymore. I never, like, when she died, it was like something lifted, and I didn't have to be invested in that. My mom was very Christian. She had the crosses. She loved having crosses in our house. She loved going to church, and she described it as feeling the spirit, which I don't even understand. Like, I'm not religious. For a very long time after, I felt like I needed to have some sort of religion because, people have a religion. So I became agnostic, where it was like, I'm not religious, but I feel like there's a higher power. But I don't think I am. Like, I don't believe in that. I don't know if that's normal to go from, like, different beliefs like that, but for me, I don't think I ever believed in God, like Pentecostal views, religion, like, it's just not something that I ever really clicked with. And then when she died, I think I was very confused because, that was a big part of my life, because she's a big part of my life, and then, going to church and, having it be a part of our lives, and then she died, and then it was like, I don't even know how to explain it. I think, also, like, people would project on me and be like, I bet you hate God, right? And stuff like that, and I just didn't say anything because, for one, I didn't have anything to say, and two, I didn't know what they were talking about. But no, it wasn't like that for me. So I just started saying I was like atheist because it was just easier for me. I couldn't like give to the conversation because, for one, I didn't believe, but also they wouldn't stop trying to talk to me about it. So if I say, hey, I'm atheist, then you can't really be like, let's talk about God, And then I started thinking, well, maybe I'm agnostic, because I started looking at religion because, that's the natural human thing to do, is have something to believe in. But I think that I don't believe that there's anything. I believe in morals, and whether you're a good person or you're a bad person, you do good things or you don't do good things. Like morals, like very high justice. So if you're a piece of shit, then you deserve to be punished. That's all there is to it. And if you do good things, then just be a good person. Like, who wants to be a shitty person? I just do not understand. I don't understand wanting to have drama and issues and being toxic. Like, I just don't get it. It blows my mind. I think I'll stop for now.